Hi, I'm Pete, and this is the Resticker for my Big Dipper puzzle. Now, I do have an unboxing for this, and I go into a lot of detail about the Heaven's Eyes family, show you all the differences and similarities between them, and I talk a little bit about why I want to do want to replace the stickers. So I've linked that video down in the description, and if you want much more detail about this, you can go look at that. The bottom line is I've had this puzzle for about 8 months now, and it's definitely time to put the replacement stickers on it. What these stickers do is they reveal the hidden bandaging on the puzzle, and they make the solve a lot less tedious. These are still really hard puzzles to solve, even with the special stickers, but it makes them just really much more enjoyable to play. Now, in my case, I'm also going to be changing the location of these of one of the special pieces on the Heaven's Eyes series, the quadrilaterals that are between just on the sides of these truncated corners. They're special in that they're not part of an edge, but they still have a handedness, either right or left-handed. And you know, for complicated reasons, you need to know how many you've got on each face of whether they're right and left, whether they're two rights or two lefts. Ideally, it would be one of each. That would be the most practical thing, and that is indeed what I've solved these two to be. I have one left and one right on each of these, and that's what I'm going to do here. What MF8 has done is assembled the puzzle with the left and right special pieces randomly distributed. So before I change the stickers, I'm going to move the special pieces around so that each face has a left and a right special piece. Then I'll resticker it with the bandage revealing stickers. So one consequence of that is that I will have to replace these corner stickers, but fortunately they do come in the set with Heaven's Eyes, with the Heaven's Eyes stickers. Okay, I've linked in the description where I get the stickers. They're from Chewy's Custom Stickers. Chewy was very helpful in getting me the original Megaminx stickers and the Heaven's Eyes stickers. Now, with the Comet cube, you need a set of Megaminx stickers and a set of Heaven's Eyes stickers because it has both face types, keeping in mind the Space Invader faces are the equivalent of Heaven's Eyes faces. On the Big Dipper, there are only Heaven's Eyes faces and Space Invader faces, so you only need one set of Heaven's Eyes stickers. Now, having said that, I do recommend getting an extra set so you have spare stickers just in case. I'll be using my extra sets during the restickering. So the process of removing the stickers from these is not too hard, but I am going to show you a little bit of that. I'm not going to show you every single detail because it will take a long time, but I will scrape off all the stickers and show you how I prep the surface of the puzzle. Because remember, I can't take these puzzles apart. Reassembling is just a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. Trust me, I know. So that's normally my go-to if the puzzle's not too complicated to get sticker residue off, is to apply a adhesive remover, and then once the adhesive is gone, wash the pieces. One of the things I'm definitely going to focus on is showing you how I glue down the little triangle stickers, because really if they're not glued down in this puzzle, on your very first solve they're going to start peeling off. So but once they're glued down, they are good. It's a little better than it was when I took it out of the box, but not much. Contrast that to say the Heaven's Eyes, which is just broken in absolutely beautifully. It is smooth, but I still have the faces down pretty tight because that's what you need. Likewise, the Comet cube, which was very, very stiff and catchy out of the box, has broken in just absolutely fantastic. I'm really happy with the turning on this puzzle. And these puzzles really do have to turn smoothly in order to to be able to have a decent saw, because there's a lot of turning involved in solving them. Okay, so that's the intro. Anyway, that explains what I'm going to do here. All right, well, I was busy during the break. One thing I did was I made sticker sets, and then I got all 6 of these truncated corners. I got those stickers sorted out too. Took some photos just so that I know where all the colors are. So my plan was to solve the puzzle, solve these special pieces into their proper places. So that's why I put the stickers on the outside. It'll help me visually see what pieces are moving around. So that's my next step. I could do a little bit of it on camera, but it's really going to be, probably pretty ugly, actually. Yeah, I think so. Anyway. Yeah, and this puzzle is really not broken in at all. So let's see if I can. So this right there, that right there. I think that's right. So if I turn this now, okay. So now I've got a right and a left here, right? And so when I change the stickers, it'll be fine. Now the problem with doing that is that I now have this right. Well, I think that'll be okay. I think I can just bring it back here and just swap it back, and I think it'll be perfect. There we go. Yep. Okay, so that's the first one of many to do. Okay, so did I get this? Yeah, I got this. Yeah, I got it. And now I just have to put this this piece back. Okay, so this is great. I've got a left and a right here, and I've got a left and a right here. That's all I needed to do. So when I take the stickers off and resticker them, these pieces will all be back to normal. I'm just going to go off now and go do the rest of them, and hopefully it's not going to take too long. And then when we come back, I can then start removing the old stickers. Okay, wow, this looking a little haggard here, but actually this is good. I have solved all of the special pieces on the puzzle so that each face has a left and a right special piece. Every single face on the puzzle, that's the way it should have come from the factory, I think, and that's the way my puzzles are going to be. So now once I scrape the stickers off, when I resticker it, it will be perfectly correct. All right, I'm going to get started removing these stickers. What I'm using here, this is a palette knife. It's not sharp at all. It's got a very flexible, very thin metal blade. I got it from a hobby, hobby store, a painting hobby store. It's the plastic ones are a little too thick. This is metal, and this is what I've been using as my sticker remover for quite some time because it's safer than using a hobby knife, and I think it's much easier than using those plastic scrapers that some of the stores sell. I think the plastic scrapers would be fine for a smaller puzzle, but for when you have a lot of stickers to remove, I don't think it's all that good. So all I do is just push it under the edge of the sticker and peel it up, and just peel it up enough to pull the sticker off. It doesn't mar the finish of the puzzle as long as you hold it fairly flat against the puzzle. That's the process, and of course we're leaving behind a horrible sticker residue, because these factory stickers, that's what they do. You can, I don't know, yeah, I'm sure you can see that, but that's fine. We'll deal with that in the next step. So just one little tip I have when you're taking off little stickers is you can keep a piece of tape in your hand as you're peeling off the little stickers, and they'll stick to the tape once you get it fully off. Just a little easier so they don't go flying all over the place. That's the way I do it. Okay, well that sticker did not come off cleanly at all. Wow, what a mess. Okay, usually a little better than that. Okay. And it's an ugly business, but here we go. I want to capture as many of these as I can, these little stickers, and I want to especially take away some of the risks that they will go into the cracks of the puzzle, because when stickers or pieces of stickers get into the mechanism, it's kind of ugly to fish them out, and they can kind of be in there for quite some time. That's a result of taking off the stickers there. It really is rather unpleasant looking right now, but we'll clean that all up in the next step. All right, just gonna keep on keeping on here. All right, we're back with all these stickers removed from the Big Dipper puzzle. Now what's left is a really sticky residue, and we're going to take care of that with a couple of things. This is a sticker residue remover, Goo Gone. I have these cotton swabs, and what I'm going to do is take a very, very, very small amount of Goo Gone and put it on the end of this. Now we have to be really careful with this stuff, because don't want to get it in the mechanism. Okay, so I'm going to put the cap on this. Kind of important that we not knock this over. So this amount will do at least one face. It might even do two faces. So we don't want to get a lot of Goo Gone on the top of this. What you want to do is just put a little dot on each sticker, just a little tiny dot. There we go, on all the big stickers anyway. Okay, and we're just gonna set this aside for now. This is a damp cloth. It just has water on it, and again, that's just a preliminary thing. So now I have a fresh swab that has no remover on it, and I'm just gonna spread it out now. I'm going to just spread it out in the middle. I'm going to try to avoid the edges of it a little bit. There we go. So normally when I do this, I do the adhesive removal, and then I take the adhesive residue removal, and I take the puzzle apart and wash it in hot soapy water. But of course we can't do that here. And that's really what this process I'm going to show you kind of gets around, is this this issue of being unable to take the puzzle apart. We certainly don't want to have to do that. So I'm just going around, and just any spots that look like they're dry, I'm going to put it on. Some spots that I missed over here. And at this point, I could go and put just a little bit on these triangles. Again, just a little small amount on the triangles. We don't want to have it running, because we don't want it to run into the mechanism. That makes it just a little harder to get rid of. Now, I have kind of off to the side here are paper towels, so if I did think I got some in the mechanism, I could put the paper towel in there, just kind of wedge it in there and try to get some of it up. Okay, so I've got that all over the place. It's spread out. I think it's on there pretty well. And now I just have to wait a couple of minutes, okay, for it to take effect. So while I'm waiting, I might as well just go and put some on another spot of the puzzle. I think that I have a lot less on it now. It's not quite as wet. So Goo Gone takes a few minutes to kind of come into effect, so we can just put it on there. Yeah, so my process I'll sort of describe then. We're going to take the glue off with a dry cotton swab. And then I'm going to just wipe the face with a damp cloth. Now that doesn't get that gets the sticker residue off, but it doesn't get the Goo Gone residue. The Goo Gone leaves a kind of a greasy film on the puzzle. So that's our next step. But just for now, as we go around, I'm just going to only concentrate on getting the adhesive off, and then later on we can work on actually cleaning the surface so that the stickers will adhere to it. Okay, we also have to be careful with that process. So, okay. So now I have, it's been on there for a couple of minutes now, so I'm just going to go and kind of scrub it, and you can see here that it's all come off, and that's really quite good. I'm very happy with that. And as you scrub it, you will pick up a little bit of this of extra Goo Gone on your swab, and I think that's okay. It's not runny right now, so I think that's a good deal. Okay, so I'm using the cotton swab to just kind of scrub the residue off. Okay, and we can see it's looking pretty good here. You hear it squeaking a little bit. Okay, and this might require some patience. It might require extra. You might have to do another application of the adhesive remover. So I'm just going to switch ends here, just because that one's kind of loaded, I think. Okay, I think that's enough for that swab. And we'll just keep on going with a fresh one here. Yeah, you'll need quite a few of these, maybe 3 or 4 per face. You want to do a good job here. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. I think we've got I got everything on there. So now I'm going to take my damp cloth, and this is just water that's on here, and I'm just going to wipe everything. It's a fairly rough cloth too. It's a sort of a cleaning cloth. So I want to make sure that I get okay, and I'm just gonna scrub that a little bit more. Yeah, so I don't know if that's okay, that's just a little might be just a little flaw in the plastic, so that's okay. Okay, so that's our face, where now all of the residue has been removed, the adhesive residue, but what's left, there's a kind of a greasy feel to it. It's kind of oily, and that's the residue from the Goo Gone. So our next step will be to remove that, but I'm going to wait until I get all the other faces done. So just wiping it down with a damp cloth is good enough for now. All right, so that's the process. So I'm going to go ahead and get the residue off the rest of the faces, and then when I come back, we'll work on getting the Goo Gone residue off of the puzzle, and then we'll be ready to start the stickering. Okay, we're done with the Goo Gone. We have all the adhesive residue off the puzzle. And I'm back with a cloth that has some warm water in it and a small amount of dish soap. So that's a degreasing agent, just regular dish soap. And I have some fresh paper towels here. So up until now, we have all of the sticker residue off the puzzle, but what's left behind is an oily film, and that is the Goo Gone, or the adhesive remover. So I'm just going to wring this out, make sure it's damp. Okay, and it just has a little bit of soap in it. And now I'm just going to wipe down the puzzle. I'm going to wipe every face and all of the these corners. There we go. So this will remove all of the Goo Gone and give us a very clean surface that we can attach our the stickers, right? Because that's really what this is all about. We don't want to have a situation where we're putting all these brand new stickers and putting a lot of work into it just to have them peel up or not stick well or bubble or any of these other issues, right? We don't want to have any contamination on the surface. Okay, so it is a pretty juicy cloth here. You can see kind of the visible wetness on it, but I think it will be absolutely fine. Okay, and then I'm going to dry it. Okay. Okay, and at this point I can look around, and if there are any little bits of goo still on there, adhesive, they will really stand out, and I can just take a little cloth and just kind of scrub them a bit. And if that doesn't work, then we can I could even do another spot treatment of Goo Gone. Yeah, I can see I might need another little go round there. We'll see. Actually, it's probably not too bad. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so that one needs another little bit. That's fine. That won't be very difficult to go and get that. And again, I want to make sure that I have as much of this stuff off as possible. I don't want it to contaminate my stickers. Okay, now one thing I will do myself off camera and outside is I'm going to go around and spray this with compressed air. Once I'm sure it's dried, I'll go outside and spray it with compressed air. I want to do it outside and away from my face, because just in case there's any Goo Gone in there, there shouldn't be, but just in case there's some liquid in there, I don't want it to spray on me. Okay, well that looks pretty good. That's a lot better than it looked before. Alright, just looking back, I removed the stickers. Then I removed the sticker residue with Goo Gone. Then I removed the Goo Gone residue with soapy water, with some, yeah, slightly soapy water. And now we have to remove the soap residue, and this is the last step in getting ready to prepare the puzzle for stickering. So what I have in this bowl is very hot water, and it's just very hot plain water. And that's all I'm going to do is wipe down the puzzle now with this very hot plain water. And I'm going to I'll leave it a little damper. I have some fresh paper towel here, and I'm just going to wipe down the entire puzzle. You know, I probably could do this at the sink. You know, it might make it maybe a little neater, but it's not too bad. So we're just trying to get the soap residue, because remember we did wipe this down with a soapy cloth, and the point of that, the soap will bind to the oil in the Goo Gone residue, because it's an oil, kind of an oily product, and it will remove that residue, but then it leaves behind some soap residue, which we don't want that on the surface, as it may interfere with the stickers sticking. So I'm trying to press in a little bit to get the little triangles and to make sure that I get the entire surface of every piece. I'm not too worried about getting water in the mechanism. It's you know, I want to avoid dripping water into the mechanism, but I think a little bit of water in there is not going to hurt anything. And if you ended up getting too much, you'd always just give it a quick go over with a hairdryer with the nozzle attachment on it, the directional nozzle, and that will help dry everything. Okay, what I'm going to do is just let this puzzle dry overnight before I start the stickering. And in the morning, if it's still a little damp, I will use the hairdryer trick. All right. So, yeah, this is the last step before before we start stickering. So that's great. I just wanted to show this process because there's a lot of steps to it, but there's a purpose to each step. And really the bottom line is we're trying to get the best possible outcome, the best surface preparation for the stickers to stick to the puzzle, and then you just have to put them on once. And the only reason you'd ever have to resticker it is either if you got tired of it, or if maybe you just solved it so many times that you wore them out. Okay, and I've worn out stickers before. It does happen. You just solve a puzzle a lot. So, but that's fine. But you won't have to replace the stickers because they start falling off or peeling off or going crooked or something like that. That's what we're trying to avoid. Okay, so it's worth doing all this, I think, to it. All the care that we put into it. All right, well, that is one clean Big Dipper puzzle. It's probably never been so clean. Maybe when it was first put together at the factory. So those factory stickers tend to be really, they have some really tough adhesive on them. It does make sense because they want the stickers to stick, but it also makes it harder when you're removing stickers because there's so much residue on there. All right, so this will be my time to look around and see if there are any little spots of residue that I want to try and get off. I don't see it, but I'm going to look around. There might be a few. Now, some of these could be residue, but then some of these could just be natural flaws in the plastic. Keep in mind that the plastic underneath the stickers is not necessarily perfect on these puzzles. That was definitely a spot of residue because you can see it kind of splotching out there. I think that could be good though. Just doing that and then using the rough paper towel, which is really the reason I'm using paper towel rather than another cloth, because it will take some of that residue off. Let's see. I think it's going to be okay. Not. Have a look here, and that's it. Wow, that is great. I'm happy with it. I think that did a good job of getting all that sticker residue off of there. So we'll come back, we'll do the stickering, and that's when we'll remove the center caps, because then once we start putting stickers on, we'll know what color it is, and we can also then process the center caps more normally for removing stickers than the rest of the puzzle, because we'd be able to wash them in hot soapy water. Okay, so we'll see you on the other side of the break. All right, we're back, and the Big Dipper puzzle is ready to be stickered. Finally, that was a bit of work, but I think it was well worth it. So this surface is completely dry, completely free of any kind of residue, and all right, let's get to it. Now, I have a few things here that I'm going to be working with. I have this little, I have my palette knife, and I'm going to use that to help me take off the center caps. I have a hobby knife, which I'll be using to apply the stickers. I have a little clear plastic piece of scrap from some packaging. I'm going to put my super glue on that, and a very cheap darning needle that I got from Walmart, and I use it to apply the glue so that I can apply just one very small precise drop at a time. Of course, I have my super glue. Now this stuff is this container, I think there's some glue left in it, but it's getting kind of low, so but I do have another one just in case we have some problems with it. I have a damp cloth here, and that's if I get any super glue on my fingers. What I do is I immediately wipe it on the damp cloth, and that actually takes the super glue off your fingers if it hasn't had time to dry there. Over here I have the stickers. I just have the stickers for the white face. All we're going to need are the little triangles here. And I've only just put that one set of stickers out for now, because whenever I'm dispensing glue, there's always a chance the glue will spray, and I just try to minimize the risk to the sticker set. And speaking of risk, I have my safety glasses. I'm going to put these on just while I'm dispensing the glue. Okay, it's really important. The consequences of getting that glue on in your eyes is pretty serious. Now, I am wearing glasses, but the consequences of getting super glue on your glasses is very expensive, and the glasses don't really protect your entire eye area. So, safety glasses it is while I'm dispensing the glue. So, I'm just going to start here. Now, I taped this up the last time. I'm not sure if I taped it up because I taped it up to remind myself that this is the open one, because there's another one in there that I could be using as well. So if I have any problems with this dispenser at all, I'm just going to open up the other one. I try to use as much of this as possible. So what I'm looking for is just a dot, maybe about 2 or 3 millimeters across. This is too much here. It was supposed to be just one little dot of glue, and on maybe the next face I'll show you what it's supposed to look like. But anyway, that's fine. Now I'm going to make good use of my cloth right now, because I did get a little glue on there. And so basically the process, I'm just going to go around and glue the little triangular stickers down. And the reason I'm doing it first is that you'll inevitably get little strings of glue on the surface, and if you do that, it's fine because you cover it up with stickers. It doesn't matter. But this way, it's a little neater application. You don't get glue on your stickers. Okay, so now I know that that's the white face because, well, I can see it. So I'm just going to use this tool. I think I can use this tool. Alright, well, it turns out that my palette knife wasn't really working, so I have a little tiny screwdriver here, and this should do the trick. I don't want to pop anything, but just you just basically want to get into one of the cracks here. Alright, well, here we go. We'll just get started with the with this application. So what I usually do is I put the glue right in the middle of just a very small dot, and then I can go ahead and put it on. I guess I'll use these because they're already partially used. And I think you can see that I actually did 2. And so once I apply it, I do have a little bit of time to just make sure it's exactly in the center. And then I can just push it down here. Okay, now I made a mistake there. I actually put the glue on 2 adjacent triangles, and now that I did that, I remember that I don't put the glue on adjacent triangles because it interferes with the ability to access each sticker. So I basically need to have a little gap between them. Okay, so that one's good. Now this one, I'm actually not happy with it, and in this case, fortunately, I have extra stickers, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull this one up. I could have probably tried to save that sticker. I will put it back on the sheet, but I have enough extras that I'm not worried about it. So yeah, I just didn't quite position it properly, and yeah, and that's a kind of a typical thing. Okay, this glue is just, I don't think this is going to be usable. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not good at all. All right, I'm back here, and I got another bottle of super glue. Yeah, that's a little too sticky. I don't know. It's definitely not. You'll see when I actually dispense this what it's supposed to look like. And there you go. So that drop that I've just put out, that's what it was supposed to look like. So that other bottle, I think I must have opened it quite some time ago, and just, yeah, it wasn't really... And it wasn't viable at all. All right, I'm going to take the glasses off now. There we go. Okay, and so this is what it's supposed to look like, and hopefully I'll get a little. All right, here we go. Yeah, so that drop is what it's supposed to look like. That's a huge drop, way more than we need, but what can you do? So now I just got to get a little bit on the end of this. Okay, and we're just looking for just a tiny dot basically on the sticker, because when you put this small sticker on there, it does spread out. So you don't have to put a lot. It'll spread out under the sticker. Okay, so that positioning is quite good. Okay, and there you go. Okay, so that one's done, and now I can try to oops, jeez. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, try not to. I know it's hard, but try not to obsess about them, because really, in the grand scheme of things, they will look good once all the other stickers are on. Once they're on the puzzle, it's gonna look good. Okay, a sticker being a little bit crooked is not a big deal, and you can always fix it after if it really bothers you. Okay, so there we go. That is the first of many sets of small triangular stickers. It wasn't too bad, and now that I've got my groove, I think it's okay. And here we go. This is the Big Dipper puzzle, and all of the triangular stickers are on there. They're glued down, and they're not going anywhere. They are going to last for a very long time on this puzzle. All right, so I have two sticker sets here, and it sort of doesn't matter which one I use for which face, because you know the actual individual pieces are all the same. But I just want to point out a couple of things. First of all, on the Megaminx sets, these little notches are supposed to go on the outside of the edge, and for whatever reason, there's 3 edges on the Megaminx set where they're flipped around. These notches are inside, which really means that that's the left one and that's the right one, and so on. So just something to be mindful of when you're using a Megaminx set. Now, the Megaminx set, you can use all of these, but then you won't have these special pieces. So that's where the Heaven's Eyes sets come in. They have all the pieces, and I think the notches are in the right positions. Yeah, they are here. So you'll have your special corners. You'll have your edges. You won't need the triangles in this case because they're already there. And now the special pieces, they have one that doesn't have a notch at all. So you could use that if you wanted to have your special piece just permanently special piece, and then the one without the notch would be the special piece. Or you can actually use the notched ones. I like to use the notched ones. I wasn't sure when I first got started, but that's what I like to do. And I want to use the notch one because I want to be able to mix and match the special pieces, because I have one of each. It'll actually make the solve just a little easier, because it means that I have extra, pieces that I can, I don't have to go hunting for a special piece. I have a lot of choice in which special pieces I use. I hope that makes sense. So I just looked, and this special piece is a left, so I'm just going to go ahead and put it on there. Now I've taken my glasses off because it's just easier for me to see. Yeah, and you'll just have to decide your what you want to do as far as positioning the piece, whether it's down low or in the middle or whatever. Okay, so that's the one special piece. I'll go ahead and put on these corners here. Now the corner has a pretty sharp 90-degree angle, and that's the one that I put towards the center, and that's what I line up, because if you try to line up the outer edges of it, it's kind of tough to do, I find anyway. So I just line up the inner edge. I gotta make sure I'm not too close to the, because if you're overhanging one of the cuts, it will be it'll damage the sticker pretty quickly. I think that's good. Yeah, it's not the best placement on the world, but you know what? I have a few extras here if I need it. Once it's all put on there, I'll take another look at it and see if I need to change it. Okay. Yeah, try not to be too picky about your placement. I mean, give yourself a little freedom to have it just a little off, and then wait until you get it on there, because if you try to be perfect, it's really tough, and it'll take you a long time, and it'll be a very frustrating process, I think. Anyway, that's my take on it. So just slap those stickers on there. It will look good, because if you look at each individual sticker, no matter what, they're going to be a little crooked, they're going to be a little off center here and there, but it's not the individual stickers you're looking at when you're solving the puzzle. It's the big picture view that makes the puzzle look good, right? The view from when you're not just staring straight up at it, or straight down at it, I guess. I don't. Okay, so there we go. Push them down a little bit. Okay, now this face is at a bit of an odd angle there. There's nothing really I can stand it on, so we can see how fast this is going. This is pretty good. Oh, okay, I was able to stand something on that. So it's your choice how you do this. I have done it before where I just put the quadrilaterals on, then the corners, but in this case it's just kind of cool to just go straight around and do all of them. And it's a good idea to have some spares. It's a good idea to have some small triangle spares, because even though you've glued them down, sometimes when the puzzle's jumbled, and it's just the way, if you're turning really fast, your fingernails can brush by some of those stickers and do some damage. Okay, so yeah, I've done it before. I've even on my, I think it was my Heaven's Eyes, I actually ripped apart one that was glued down, but I mean, that happens, right? So that all I do is just scrape the remains off and glue down another sticker, right? So, and I just try to be as careful as I can. Now I'm just going to double check here that this one is, yeah, that is a right-handed special sticker. There's two lefts and two rights, so that's how they have them. So that's when we actually get done, there'll still be a left and a right, and it looks a little odd when you're looking at it. It sort of seems a little bit wrong when you're looking at the special stickers with the notch, because that, and then they're both on the same side, but if you think about it, that's the right, and when you turn it 180 degrees, then the notch is on the left. So that's a right-handed, that's a left-handed, and that's exactly what we wanted. Okay. Yep. And maybe once you realize that these stickers are visible, they're quite visible, that's why it's so important to have it consistent, right? And it doesn't matter which one's right or which one's left for those special pieces. It functionally either, right? But it's important to have one of each, I think, that it not be random. So, as far as I know, this is the last puzzle in the series. It'd be interesting to know. I think they've covered all the permutations of faces. But who knows? Maybe they can come up with another one. Theoretically, it might be possible to, with 2 puzzles, to make some of the variants. Theoretically, well, yes, it is. But it's only theoretical. Because to do it, you would have to take the puzzle apart. And I guarantee you that the price of one of these puzzles is a bargain compared to how long it takes and the amount of stress and effort it takes to put one of these back together. I've assembled a lot of puzzles in my day, reassembled or assembled from kits, and I can tell you without even having to think about it that reassembling my Comet cube, which popped due to my mistake, was easily the hardest puzzle reassembly I've ever done. It's not even close. There's nothing even an order of magnitude, like it's an order of magnitude harder than the next hardest puzzle easily. Part of it was because I couldn't get any tape to stick. It had stickers on it, and it had a lot of lube on it, and so no tape was sticking. And even if I could, I don't think you can assemble it properly with a lot of tape on the outside pieces. So that's part of it. So if you think of having to put together a complex puzzle like this without using tape, the pieces don't stay together. They fall apart. There's something like 9 pieces in each edge group that all have to be held together while you somehow put them into the puzzle. And the method that I came up with was to use little cotton thread, and I put a loop of cotton thread around. After stacking the edge group pieces together, there's a base. It creates a base out of all the separate pieces, and yeah, so I was tying a thin cotton thread around the base, and then tying it off, and then you've got to cut a little bit of the string so it's not long dangly string, but you got to leave enough to be able to fish it out. Yeah, so that's what I did for all of these edges. Yeah, put it all together, and then I had to go through and cut the cotton strings and pull them through. It was a very, very tough assembly, but I mean, it worked. My Comet cube is working great. But okay, well, that is our very first face. That's the dark blue face. It's a little lighter blue than the original, but that's fine. So that's what's left. So these are some spares. I do need the centerpiece though. So yeah, we'll just hang on to that, and I guess we're off. So now this one is the Space Invader face, but it still has the same number of edges as this and special pieces. They're just in different locations, the special pieces, right? All right, there we go. The main body of the Big Dipper puzzle is stickered. And the last couple of things to do, we're going to take care of the center caps. But first, I'm going to take care of these truncated corners. the right angles, I'm going to put the right angles inside. That's what I've been doing for all of these, and that actually makes everything just work out perfectly. So this is just, it's a little awkward, but there's not that many of them, so it's not too bad to put these on. There we go. Yep, that looks good. Okay, that's crooked. Okay, now this, it's funny, I have spares for everything but not these. But I think that you could actually, yeah, these are the same as the corners, so I could actually just use the regular corner for that. So the reason I pulled that back off is that it was a little crooked. So the positioning isn't too bad, but it does take up a lot of room there. So I just want to make sure I get it a little bit far from the edge, so that there's a little bit of a gap there, and then everything's nicely lined up. Yeah, there we go. Okay, this won't take long to get sorted out, and it will look great no matter what. Okay, I'm just pulling that up because it was just a little crooked on that side. Okay, there we go. Okay, and the last one here. Yeah, these are just a bit awkward to get on there, but okay, good stuff. Okay, there we are. That really looks nice and finished now. Last few stickers on the Big Dipper puzzle. A big project. One of those projects, you know, you just kind of got to put some time aside to do it. And I tried to do it when I wasn't busy. That didn't actually work out. You know, really busy at work, but this week. But it's okay, perfectly fine. We're getting it done. Wow. Okay, there we go. And that is the fully stickered Big Dipper puzzle. All of the new stickers are on it. We have the bandaging and revealing stickers. We have the stickers on the special pieces, and there's a left and a right special piece on every face. So that's what it looks like. Now, the last little thing that we have to deal with here are the center caps. Here we go. Here are the center caps. Okay. Okay, so there's a little bit of adhesive on there, but it's not too bad. But I think it would be worth wiping them down. We are refreshing the factory stickers after all. Okay, I'll get these stickers taken off. Okay, so those are the caps with the stickers removed. I'm going to go wipe them down with some Goo Gone and wash them in soapy water and dry them and bring them back. Here we are back with the Big Dipper puzzle almost completely re-stickered. It's looking great. So off camera, I took the stickers off the center caps. I used some Goo Gone on them, adhesive remover, washed them in hot soapy water, and then dried them as thoroughly as I can. And now they're ready to be put back on the puzzle. So, okay, and they just push back in there. They're not too hard to get off. Unlike some other puzzles, they just snap on and snap off pretty easily. Still have to be careful, especially when you're taking them off, but it's not too bad at all. Wow, look at that. We're almost at the end here. So I just separated out the Heaven's Eyes faces, and we have one sticker on there. I'm going to take off my glasses here because I find it a little easier. So these stickers, it's not too bad to put them on. You're looking to center it, obviously. Try not to get a dot on the sticker. So what I do is I line up a couple. It's a pretty close fit. So I just line up a couple of corners on one side, and then I just kind of push it down. That's it. And you see it goes right up to the edge. So it's a really nice flush fit. But that is something to kind of work on there. Okay, so let's just get this blue one here. I'll do the same thing. Okay, so yeah, so just line up a couple of the corners. You want to get them as close as possible on this side, because if you don't, you'll be overlapping on the other side. There we go. And just like that. Okay, just cranking right through here. Okay, so the last step, and I'll just show it once I get this these last two stickers on. The very last step here is putting some hairdryer focused heat on it, not too hot, but just enough to kind of help the stickers set the glue, make sure they're nice and stuck to the surface, that they're not just kind of sitting there, and may help with some of the bubbles. If there are bubbles, it may help. Hard to say, depends on the stickers. And look at that, that is it. That's the whole thing. Isn't that great? So I'm just going to put this on warm, on hot, and on low. And that is the restickering of the MF8 Big Dipper puzzle. That was a lot of work, but I hope you'll agree that it was well worth it. We now have a puzzle that is configured in a way that makes the solving, I think, a lot less tedious. Still a hard puzzle, but a lot more fun and less tedious, because you can now see where the bandaging is. So if any of these little half circles are in the middle of the edge, then you know it's a bandage. We've got this special pieces put the way I like them. And look at these colors. These are just great. Very, very vibrant. Really, really nice to see. So that's the MF8 Big Dipper puzzle. I'm very glad I did this, finally got this project done, and that means that all of my Heaven's Eyes family puzzles now have this special stickers. All right, well, that's it for me for this video. Let me know in the comments what you think. I always appreciate your comments, your questions, and your suggestions, so do leave me some feedback down in the comments. And until next time, thanks for watching.